Good morning students. In this video we are going to see about the source transformation, sign of EMF and voltage drop, mesh analysis by conventional method and by inspection method. So first of all we'll see about the source transformation. Source transformation is of two types. One is voltage source to current source conversion and current source to voltage source conversion. So first of all we will see voltage source to current source. So in this diagram we can see a voltage source. A battery is given and a series resistance. A voltage source is usually represented by a battery and a series resistance. Here we can see that here negative and here the positive sign. So here when we are converting this into the current source, current will be given as V by Rs. So current source, you can see the direction of current also. This is upward. Since here it is negative and positive, the direction of current is in the upward. And current source will be always with parallel with the resistance. So this resistance is in parallel. So here you can see this is the negative direction, negative and positive. So here again the series resistance. So here I is equal to V by Rs, where V is this and Rs is this. Here the direction of the arrow you can see downwards, since it is negative and positive. So again it will be a parallel resistance. So current source will be given with a parallel resistance. Now we can see an example to convert the given voltage source into current source. So we can see here the positive sign and negative sign is here and the 5 ohm resistance is connected in series. So how to find out the current? Current is equal to 10 voltage divided by 5 ohm. So it will be 2 ampere. So 2 ampere current, you can see the direction of arrow, it is in the upward since it is plus and minus, and the parallel resistance 5 ohm is connected in parallel. Now we can see convert the given another example, convert the given voltage source to current source. So here we can see it is negative and positive. So how to convert the voltage source into current source? Here I is equal to V by R. So 120 divided by 120 voltage divided by resistance R is equal to 10 ohm. So 12 ampere. So 12 ampere. Here the current direction is in the downward direction and a parallel resistance is connected. Now another is the current source to voltage source transformation. So you can see in the diagram it is the current source, it is in the upward direction and the resistance is connected across it. So when we are converting this into a voltage source, we can see that negative and positive here. Again V is equal to I into Rs. Again a series resistance is connected since it is a voltage source. Again here we can see the current is in the downward direction and the parallel resistance, it is replaced by a voltage source. Now you can see here it will be negative and here it is positive. So V is equal to again I into Rs with a series resistance. Now you can see that here it is a problem, convert the given current source to voltage source. So here we can see 5 ampere current, here it is 8 ohm resistance is connected across it. So 5 into 8, that is 40 voltage. Here instead of 5 ohm 8 should come, 8 ohm resistance. So here this is V is equal to I into R, 5 into 8, that is 40 voltage. Now we can see sign of EMFs and sign of voltage drops. So first we will see sign of EMF. So sign of EMFs, you can see that it will be the rise in voltage. Rise in voltage is given as here negative is there, here positive is there. So when the voltage we can see from negative to positive, this is given a plus voltage, that is the positive direction. Then you can see the fall in voltage. This is A terminal and this is the B terminal. So plus to negative. So whenever we are traveling from positive to negative, there is a fall in voltage, that is minus V. So this is the sign of EMF. Now sign of voltage drop we can see. So here A terminal, here B terminal, a resistance is connected. This is the plus sign and this is the minus sign. So when the current is like this, or else you can see from positive direction to negative direction, it is traveling, means it is a fall in voltage, that is minus V, that is negative. Here negative and positive. When we are traveling from negative to positive, that is a rise in voltage, that is plus V. So these are the sign conventions. This will be useful while we are doing the mesh analysis. So mesh analysis, this is the conventional method. Steps is also given. So here we can see it is a two loop case. You can see that here R1, R3 and R2 is there. R2 is in between two meshes. First of all, when we are getting a problem, you have to see how many meshes are there. How to see a mesh? A closed loop is nothing but a mesh. So here two meshes are there. Accordingly, you have to see that the current you have to draw like this as a clockwise direction. So here I1 and I2 we have drawn as the clockwise direction. Here a voltage source is there. Then PQSP is one mesh and QRS is another mesh. So step 1. First, each mesh is assigned a separate mesh current. Assume all mesh current directions as clockwise. It consists of two meshes, PQSP and QRSQ, and the two mesh currents I1 and I2. Step 2. If two mesh currents I1 and I2 are flowing through a network elements, the actual current in the circuit element is the algebraic sum of the two, that is I1 and I2. In this network, the mesh currents I1 and I2 are flowing through R2. First, we will consider one direction, that is from Q to S, the current is I1 minus I2. And if we go for another direction, that is S to Q, it will be I2 minus I1. Step 3. Write the equation for each mesh in terms of mesh currents by applying KVL. When writing mesh equations, we assign the rise in potential as positive sign and fall in potential as negative sign. Step 4. Suppose any value of mesh current becomes negative in the solution, the actual or true direction of the mesh current is anti-clockwise, that is opposite to the clockwise direction. Now we can see the mesh equations. So we can write the mesh equations like this, that is, when you are writing the mesh equations, it will be coming like this. Here the I1 is the current, so minus I1 R1 minus R2 into I1 minus I2 we have to write, then negative to positive plus V1. So that is for this mesh, and for this mesh how will you write means again minus I2 into R3, then here it is plus to minus, so minus V2, then here minus R2 into I2 minus I1 we have to take. So we can see here first mesh minus I1 R1 minus of R2 into I1 minus I2 plus V1 is equal to 0. Then we can rearrange it and I1 terms together and I2 terms together. So I1 into R1 plus R2 minus I2 R2 is equal to V1. For the second mesh, we can write the equations minus I2 into R3 minus V2 minus I2 minus I1 into R2 is equal to 0. So again we can group the I1 terms together and I2 terms together and write the equation. So here we can solve by using the mesh analysis. So here it is a two loop method. So we will be writing the equations like this. So mesh PQSP. So first mesh we will be taking. So how to write this is the fall-in potential. So minus 30 I1. Minus 30 into I1 minus 10 into, here when we are taking this mesh, minus 10 into I1 minus I2. Then negative to positive plus 120 is equal to 0. Simplifying it, we will be getting 40 I1 minus 10 I2 is equal to 120. Then we can see the second mesh equation. So again minus 50 into I2, same loop current, minus then minus 10 into here when we are taking minus 10 into I2 minus I1 you have to take. Then here it is plus to minus, so it will be minus 60 is equal to 0. So we can rearrange this. So here minus 10 I1 plus 60 I2 is equal to minus 60. So we can see that the two equations are like this. 40 I1 minus 10 I2 is equal to 120 and this equation. So one term you have to eliminate. So multiplying equation 2 by 4 and adding it to 1. So what will be happening means 40 I1 minus 10 I2 is equal to 120. Here also this is minus 40 I1 plus 240 I2 is equal to minus 240. So by solving these two equations we can get I2 value. The negative sign indicates that the direction of I2 is anti-clockwise. The I2 value is substituted in equation 1 and we will be getting. So this equation we have to substitute for I2 value and we will be getting the I1 value. So I1 current. So since it is a negative current, so we have to draw this in the anti-clockwise. I2 we will be marking like this. So we can see the mesh current. I1 is equal to 2.86, I2 is equal to 0.521 and this branch current we can see through QS. What is the branch current? It will be I1 plus I2. So that 2.86 plus 0.521 we will be getting 3.381 ampere. So this is how we are solving this problem. So we can do this again by inspection method also. So mesh analysis by inspection method, there are two loops we can see for the first case as for two loops. So how to do this means convert the current source into equivalent voltage source. If there is a current source is there, we have to convert into equivalent voltage source. Then all the resistances through the loop 1 flows are summed up by and denoted by R11. So we can see for the the general matrix form of mesh equation will be like this: R11, R12, R21, R22 into I1, I2 is equal to V1, V2. So all the resistances through the loop current I1 flows summed up and denoted by R11. Next, all the resistances through which loop current I1 in the first loop and I2 in the second loop flow are summed up. This is denoted by R12. The sign of this R12 is negative if the two currents I1 and I2 through R12 are in the opposite direction. Otherwise sign will be positive. R12 is equal to R21. So sign accordingly it will change. Let V1 be the effective voltage on the first loop through which the loop current I1 flows. The sign of V1 is positive if the direction of V1 is same as that of I1, and that is aiding the current I1. Otherwise the sign of V1 will be negative. V1 is written on the right hand side of this equation. So this is the method. So now we can see by inspection how you are writing this. So by just seeing itself you can write the equation. So this is R11, this is R12, this is R21, R22 into I1, I2 is equal to V1, V2. So in this first case we can see this problem. So how many resistances are there? The total sum of the resistances that in the first loop will be this R11. So you can see R1 plus R2. So R1 plus R2 is nothing but R11. Similarly, you can take R22. What is R22? Sum of these resistances in the second loop. So R2 plus R3. Then we can see that R12 is equal to R21. So R12 is equal to R21. How to take? Here it is the resistance R2. You can see that from here to here I1 current flows like this. But from here to here the current direction is opposite. So we have to take minus sign. So this is minus R2. Here also say minus R2, I1, I2. Now let us see how to take this voltage. So when it is from the direction of voltage and current is same, current is like this, negative to positive. So what will be? This will be V1 is positive. But here the direction of current is like this, positive to negative. So minus V2. So here we can see R11 is equal to R1 plus R2, sum of all resistances in the first loop. Then R21 is equal to R12, that is minus R2, total resistance shared by loops 1 and 2. The negative sign indicates that current I1 and I2 are in the opposite direction. Then R22 we can write it as it is the sum of R2 plus R3, that is sum of all the resistances in the second loop. So this then first loop voltage is V1, second loop voltage is minus V2. This is how we are writing this by the inspection method. So when there are 3 loops, how to write by inspection? So here you can see 3 loops are there. So now we will be having a 3 by 3 matrix. So first we will be writing R11. So R11 you can see the sum of these two. So sum of the resistances in loop 1. So R1 plus R2. Now you can write R22. R22 similar way you can write sum of the resistances in this. So R2 plus R3 plus R4. Then we can write R33 sum of these resistances in this loop, that is R4 plus R5. Now we can write R12 is equal to R21. You can see this is in between. Current direction are opposite. So minus R2. R13, there is no common resistance between first loop and third loop. So R13 is equal to R31 is equal to 0. Now we can write R23. In between 2 and 3 there is one resistance, this is R4. The current direction is in the opposite. So we will be having minus R4. This is how we are writing for the 3 loop method. Now we can see 3 loops. Now matrix equation is R11, R12, R13, like that R21, R22, R23. So in this you can see here for the R11 case it is sum of these resistances R1 plus R2. Then we can see R22. R22 means R2 plus R3 plus R4. You can see like this. Then this R33. R33 how to write? The total resistance in the third loop, that is R4 plus R5. You can see in the third loop R4 plus R5. So we have written. Now R12 and R21 you have to write. So in between this there is a resistance. So that is minus R2. Here and here it is minus R2. Between 1 and 3 there is no resistance. So we will be having 0. Here R13 and R31 it will be 0. Then what we will be writing R23 and R32. So in between these 2 loops there is a resistance, a common. So since the current direction is opposite, it is minus R4 minus R4. Here we will be I1, I2, I3 as usual. Then we will be seeing the voltages from here to negative to positive. So it will be the positive, that is V1. then there is no voltage in this V2. So this is 0. Next it is negative to positive, actually this is V3. So this is V3. So how that is how we are writing this. This is the mesh analysis by inspection. So you can easily write.